Hi, everybody. How are you doing tonight, today? Good afternoon, good morning, whatever you are, wherever you are in the world. By checking, you are mostly in Europe, which is probably end of your working day, or in North America, where it's the start of your day. So, hello and hi, everyone. And this is another edition of Adventure in Nordland. So happy days! I'm around, and we're going to do some live coding on Platformatic today too. So let's see how it goes. Or I don't know if you have any issues or any questions you want me to do. We can do that. We can do that too. There is probably plenty that needs to be done. So let's we can take a look. So yeah, if you have any questions, just shout, and we can cover them. So let's do it. Oh, one thing I forgot. I need to tweet that I'm live. So I'm live on Twitch, developing Platformatic on stage. I'm live on Twitch, developing Platformatic. Okay, so we are tweeting it. So here we go. Twitch.tv. Here we go, Matteo Collina. And here we go. We can publish it. And here we go. Tweet. Oh, and I probably need to toot as well now. So are you on Mastodon, folks? If you are on Mastodon, I'm on Mastodon too. Not sure if it's worth it, but I am on Mastodon. People are there having fun too. So here we go. Posted and posted. So okay, let me put my computer in do not disturb so that people are not going to bother me. Hello, folks. Again, thank you for joining. And so what we want to do today. So let's switch to the this, and then I probably need to adjust this a little bit. And here we go. Okay. And then I want to switch to Chrome too. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is actually a fun plugin. Platformatic. So again, yeah, that's what I will spend most of my days this time. At this time. So let's take a look at what are the bugs that are available for me to fix. So here we go. So I need to stay here so that I am on camera. So let's check. Okay. So here we go. So what are the bugs that we have that are interesting for all of you? It can be interesting for all of you. So this one, nested query cause servers to shut down. I fixed it over the weekend. It's actually a fun one, kind of bad on my code. Yo, Naivek Bay, hi. So here I'm waiting for reviews from my colleagues. So maybe they can get me a review soon. If they are watching, maybe. Hello, folks. If you are one of my colleagues, please get it here. Let's label bug. Okay. So this might be interesting. Okay. This one was fixed. I think this one is so either the Bigints. The Bigints seems interesting. Huge fan of Fastify. Hey, folks. Oh, Fastify. Ah, yeah, there's probably even something on Fastify that we can work on. If you have some bugs on Fastify, we can possibly work on those too. Let's look at what if there is something interested on Fastify too, if we can fix stuff. So let's see. Label bugs, and or if you have something of a question on how to develop something, I will be very happy to oblige. Yeah, probably not anything that we can actually fix very quickly. So Okay. I would say let's take a look at these Bigint and loss of precision. Okay. So this is actually very interesting. Do you know why a Bigint is such a problem and when doing things? Okay. Now the problem is you know the problem with numbers in JavaScript. Okay, so when you're doing JavaScript, you have let's do begins. So let's put this into a signe me, and this is in progress. Okay, so what we can do here is let's see how it is. Oh, is a good question. Does Fastify internally use a standard design pattern or it is a doc? Like use object pool for Satan for DB interface. I don't think there is. Okay, it is a. Let's open a discussion a little bit on what's being used inside Fastify. So Fastify is. Let's take a look at the code base. Okay. So here we go. Let's say open the code base of Fastify. So in Fastify, you have a few starting points. So when you want to explore a package, you actually open up the starting point and you see Fastify.js. We have a version number. And at the beginning, these, as you can see, is just a factory. Okay, I typically define my modules using a factory. And they're a factory to instantiate things. They don't expose a class or anything. I just want to expose a function that returns an object. Why that? Because that's the most flexible thing that you can actually do to create, to initialize a module or something like that. So that's kind of it. Then, does use any other pattern? Yes, to some extent. It's a lot of Fastify is built on top of the concept of, like, it supports a lot of it's been heavily inspired by all the dependency injection systems that are out there, especially in its module components and the full blow on the way things are and the way the decorator works and so on. And this is yeah, and that's it, more or less. So apart from that, there is no singleton, to be honest. There is no object pool. Hello. There's nothing. Most of it's not so much on patterns here, even though I have read all the books about patterns and studied them heavily. So probably there is a lot of them inside this one. Okay, and inside Fastify. So there was another question on, is the masterclass you did the other day recorded and it is possible to see it anywhere? I think I need to buy some level of Vimeo subscription or something to publish it. So just give me a few days and I'll get that sorted and get it published. Okay, so hold tight. I'll share it soon. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about Bigints, okay, and how Bigints are, how we can do Bigints, and how and why we are losing and why we are losing precision on them, okay, and this is on GraphQL at least. Hello, hi. Bragamat. Hello. So, welcome everybody. And yeah, if you want to ask any questions about anything, just write in the chat. Hello from Brazil. How many people are from Brazil here? A lot? I'm not really following what's happening with the World Cup, but you know, how are things going? Anyway, let's look into our Bigints. So part of the problem of Bigints is that if you write a huge number in JavaScript, okay, you will lose it will lose precision, okay, and you can see this is fun. Look at this. This is fun, okay. It's fun. It should not be that, okay. And however, I can have Bigints, and if I have Bigints, now it's all working fine. Okay, let's add a few more ones and +1, and you can see here I'm losing precision. Look, even here losing precision, and instead if I'm using Bigints, it's actually it's actually okay. So oh wow, Prime is online, so fun. So anyway, this is it, and you can see here, and if you another type. So if you see here, it's with n, which is the Bigints in JavaScript. It's fine. However, there's a problem. Okay, so if I take this number and sum 1, it doesn't change anything. You see, it doesn't work. Okay, yeah, it's totally broken. So what you can do with Bigints is you can actually use the Bigints. You can actually use Bigints, and we have Bigints in JavaScript, and it's a Bigint, and you can get a Bigint from a int, and to get a Bigint, you can pass it to the constructor. It was fine. It's beautiful to see, but it has a problem. Okay, so let's say hello 1n. How does this render? Yeah, so this is a straight object, was fine, but if I pass it as a JSON stringify, it says it do not know how to serialize a Bigint. Ouch, we are screwed. So whenever we want to move a Bigint, we need to recast it to what we want, okay, which is somewhat a problem, right? So and this is where we are at with my this is where we are at, and this is the problem that we are facing right now. And yeah, thank you, Akpyra, yay, thank you very much. And so we are trying to solve that issue. So basically, that's the problem we are facing. Okay, and it comes from the data now, and there is even a worse problems on the fact that what is the database driver going to map my data to when forwarding it up. Now, if we go to Platformatic, okay, git checkout main, git pull, here we go, git checkout -b, and let's create a new tab for my issue, which is fix 387, and here we go. And then there was some changes on pm lock, so I need to update my dependencies. I did 54. We did, between myself and a few others, we did 54 releases of Fastify related modules in the last week. Like, oh wow, it's way too many. It's horrible. Okay, a lot of people disappeared. So anyway, let's talk. Let's do our things. And so here we are. It's installing, it's building, it's doing all the things, and here we go. So now, okay, let's take a look at the problem in the source code. Okay, so in the packages, I can open up my SQL mapper. Okay, and in mapper.js, look at, we configure our add database driver with, and this is, wow, I'm not adding use strict here. Found the bug. Okay, good. And you see here, I'm going to calling create connection pool, passing a Bigint mode string, so that Bigints are rendered comes as strings from the database itself. so that they are fully rendered. Okay, they're just strings. Where is this defined? Okay, so let's switch to Chrome for a second, and let's look into it. So I go to database.org, and I'm going to the docs. For example, in Postgres, I am connection options, and here there is Bigint mode. Okay, these options say how Bigint should be returned from Postgres, all types supported, writing to between fields. Yeah. And Bigint, this has basically, it's strings is probably the only option that makes any sense to use, unfortunately. Okay, so this is okay. So whenever I am doing a thing on SQL Mapper, then I can then it works. But now we have a problem because it's actually not working in GraphQL, because if we go into utils, as you can see here, it's mapping to a GraphQL int. We are mapping an init into a GraphQL int. However, the GraphQL int will translate it to a GraphQL to a JavaScript integer when parsing it back or reading it up. So it's not working as we would expect. Okay, so what we can do is start building stuff. Okay, so let's start creating a failing test case. That's how I do things. I just create a failing test case, which is our starting point for everything. So I need to go into data types, and this is PG. This is for PG, right? So yeah. So okay. Let's try with Postgres, and then let's see how it is. Can I just update this text? Probably not. Let's actually copy this up and go down and do Bigint. Okay, so here we don't want the enum, simple type. This is serial, is fine, but then I want a counter. Okay, and this is the Bigint. It's a big int. It's a little big integer. Okay, now I don't want the timestamp. I want here I want to specify a counter, which is a very long number. Let's put let's do a number integer, max safe integer. So this is big int, so we get a big int, and then we sum 1,000 here, just to be certain. And let's put it in here and says, okay, const number. And this is our counter. Let's put it counter. Okay. Here we go. We have created a counter, and then okay, so and the counter in here needs to be that. So we verify the output is correct, and then we get this and we write a counter. Okay. And this is my counter. Okay. Do you think this is passing or failing? I don't know. Okay. Node tap only one. Oh, let's do push D. Do you know push D and pop D, folks? SQL GraphQL. only one node test, not SQLite. Data types. Oh, bad. Made some mistake. Object. Expected name. What did I do wrong? And counter. It needs to be needs to be a string. And expected name. Ouch. Yeah, this is incorrect, I think. Okay, so I'm doing this. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's passing. So, sorry. But what's the problem? Because it's... Yeah, because, okay, here is passing it as a... but this is OpenAPI. Dang. Okay, so this works as expected in GraphQL. Come on, can't read the code. So in GraphQL int, this seems to work as expected. Let's try to remove those things. String can represent a known string value. Okay. This is already working as expected, apparently. Let's see. So this is probably not a big int. Let's see exactly what this is, because... So let's do console log. SQLite. No, Raphael is not a weird bug. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, forgot. Okay, so here we are back here. Oh, sorry, it didn't work. Okay, here we go. So we are here. I'm console logging things. And any weird bug? No, we are just fixing, Raphael, a Bigint issue in Platformatic. So, okay, string, oh, int 8, interesting. Okay, int 8. Postgres is mapping it as an int 8. So here we need to add an int 8. And this should be string. And this is string. Can I represent a non-string value? Okay. Now it makes total sense. Okay. So no, Raphael, we're not fixing any weird bug, at least not today. Today we are doing mostly a Bigint thing. Okay, so this seems more in line. I guess I wonder who is this Bigint data type here. What it comes from. I'm going to stick it as a GraphQL string just because I have a feeling that it might get to bite to us later on pretty heavily. So, and then we might want to do the same for skip is SQLite, I think. Let's see its These run well on DB MySQL. Node tap only one. Okay, tap only one. DB MySQL. Work as expected. Work as expected. Okay, these work. Cool. Okay. Now I need to do this kind of the same for OpenAPI. So let's look into things. Rafael, if you have any weird bug that we want to work on, let me know. I can invite you on stage if you want to, and we can crack on it. Yay. So, okay, I need to drop this. Ooh. Okay, now I need in OpenAPI, it's over here, probably. This seems a good one as any. Okay. There's a question in the chat by Rohan. Does Rusty V8 improve or fix anything with C++ C5 V8? I think community should fix issue in V8 for most of UB. I don't know what is UB. Then side effect won't show in our libs. I still don't understand the question. Sorry. Can you clarify exactly what you want me to answer, Rohan? Thank you. Okay, so here we have, we need to convert these to posts. So I need a post and I'm copying a post. Okay, so we are sending a post to simple types, and I want to pass the counter here. To string. And this is, oh, I don't want this. This should be 200. Save simple types. And simple types. ed and counter to string. Okay. And then this is the first one. And then I want the JSON version of a get. Okay. This is a get. And this is a get. Okay. Should it work? Okay, Ron. Okay, so there is undefined behavior. There is a V8 based on Rust that doesn't. Rusty V8 does not improve anything related to these kind of things. Okay, it's completely unrelated. It's only about the bindings that makes it possible to use V8 from Rust. That's what it does. It does not add anything to this problem, essentially. This behavior is implemented within the V8 VM, so it's not something that we can work on, like that any external library can fix. Also, because this is dictated by the library, by JavaScript spec, so you can't do much here, unfortunately. node test simple. Oh, didn't put it in. Okay. Oh, my bad. SQL OpenAPI. Hey, working as expected. MariaDB, MySQL. So it's not a rewrite. It's not even a rewrite Rusty V8. It's just embedding things. Okay? Like they take V8 and they embed it. That's why it's called Rusty V8. It's just embedding. It's just the bindings. Okay? Oh, there are plenty of bindings. It's totally great. But it's just a binding. So here, int 8, we want int 8 to be a string and Bigint to be a string instead. Okay, let's try. Sorry, I just want to verify this works. On. It's not this one. Okay, I need to specify an ID here. Hi, O'Neill. Interesting. With SQLite is not working. Okay, let's look at what these look like. SQL type. Okay. Bigint serial. So Bigint, it says flagged as a string. Okay, let's look at the configuration of a database for SQLite. Connect. These underneath use SQLite tree. So node SQLite tree. Okay. So seems not working. Hi, Acorn. Welcome, everybody. Oh, wow. Hello, folks. Oh, hi. Oh, wow. Well, she had breakfast. Am I the creator of Pinot? Yes, I am the creator of Pinot. Oh, now I've got to impress you. Hi, everybody. Do you know about Bigints, folks? Do you like Bigints? I'm currently fighting about Bigints and SQLite. Do you like Bigints and SQLite, folks? I don't know. Welcome, folks. Bigints. Yes, Bigints. No. Okay, so who doesn't? Haha, yeah. Bigints. Haha. We don't like Bigints. You don't like Bigints. Why you don't like Bigints? I love Bigints. Okay? Look, it's they're so amazing and so damn annoying that look, I don't know. I know who standardized them. So just to recap for all the people that just joined the stream, so the problem we are facing is that if we take one big number, which is and one big number, and it's which is not a big int, and we sum with one, it goes kaboom, and it doesn't make any sense. Okay. Well, it's actually very useful. Okay. Yeah, I am the author of the Pinot Logger. Yeah, I am the author of the Pinot Logger. In fact, we could do performance about Pinot if you want to. So let's go to Chrome, and if you like, there is probably plenty of issues in Pinot to get. I never thought about streaming on Pinot. Do you like Pinot? One N, yeah. So yeah, Pinot is here. Hello, this is Pinot. You should be using Pinot. If you're not using Pinot, you're logging wrong. Really logging it wrong. And here you can take a look at how Pinot is doing. Pinot is actually, yeah, you use Pinot. Yay, hello. Yeah, you should be using Pinot. Pinot is being downloaded a little bit. So 60 millions in November, and pretty good, right? It's for something that I created a long time ago. So so I created Pinot a long time ago. Yeah, you should replace Wisdom with Pinot. By the way, Wisdom is created and maintained by my friend Charlie. Charlie is amazing. But look, Pinot is being downloaded a little bit. So you should be using Pinot and not anything else. Mostly, it's fast. Do you like fast? I like fast, especially with logging, because you know you don't want to waste your time logging. And if you want to take a look at how fast it is, you can go to benchmarks and take a look for yourself. And for logging a lot of lines, it's actually very slow. Yeah, how am I? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm good enough. It's December 5th, and we are fixing Bigints problem, so I can go. Come on, folks. Don't ask me silly questions. It's Bigints. Okay, look at this. This is a problem. If we want, we can make it become Bigints, and now it works. But if we don't, if we then try to do JSON stringify, and it doesn't. So come on. Oh, how are you not working for the man anymore? Working for yourself now. Who is the man? And I'm working for myself. Not. I currently started a new company, a startup, and it's called Platformatic.dev, and this is us. So if you want to check it out, it is the link, and you can stay tuned on what we will announcing soon. So hopefully we will be announcing something soon. So hey, we will have some fun. So okay, let's go and take a look at the Bigints problem on SQLite. Okay, so what you are your own replacer for JSON stringify? Yes, that's what I'm mostly doing. This is actually a very nice comment. One thing about Bigints, Postgres uses a custom toast data structure to handle 12, 14-digit Bigints, whereas JS ecosystem needs some kind of work to handle Bigints, and it is what we are doing here. Yeah. What is a toast data structure? Because I have no clue about that. So maybe I will learn something today. Yeah, I'm not talking about Next. I'm not that good as a front-end developer. So if I do any front-end, you will probably teach me front-end, which it's might actually be something, but maybe not. So it's good. It's totally good. Okay, so let's go on it. Okay, so we are here. Counter not working. Okay, so now we are at in a good place, I think, because we are. It's working. So we have it working for Postgres. Okay, PostgreSQL. Oh no! Come on. More typos. So this is working. Okay. Then we have it working for MariaDB. Oh, wow. The oversized attribute storage technique. Amazing. It works for MySQL. True. Yay. Sorry, folks. Yay. Sorry. It's working for MySQL. And then I'm working for, it's not working for SQLite. Dang, it crashed badly even. So how come this is not working for SQLite in the right way? So it's flagged as begin serial Platformatic, not Platformic. It's Platformatic. Why are we not using TypeScript for Platformatic? A few big reasons. It's I think TypeScript dampens. I need to create something new, and TypeScript was really great if you know what you're creating. And if you need to innovate, TypeScript actually creates a barrier between ourselves and how are we innovating things. And we want to build fast. So, and the TypeScript just will slow us down. It's not, we don't know if what we are building makes sense. So we are just building fast and see if it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So let's take a look at the data types of SQLite, okay? So SQLite data types, because I think I'm doing it wrong. And here, data types in SQLite. Now, SQLite is one of the worst possible things in data types. Okay, so I think it cannot ever work with SQLite. So because this is an integer, and if it's an integer, it's 8 bytes depending on the magnitude. So type affinity in order to maximize does anybody know about the Bigints here? Yeah, Bigint integer. It all maps to the same one. But then it does not work. Why? Let's see. Let's put some interesting log lines somewhere. Because we are passing things. It's coming as strings correctly. So lib SQL mapper entity. Okay. Okay, let's console log input and console log new output. So these are the two utilities that Platformatic SQL Mapper uses when converting back and forth from the database. So with putting a couple of log lines here, we'll actually get the fact, this is being converted wrong. Okay, let's put it like that. So this is output. Okay, and this is input. Okay. And yeah, in the output, it always come out incorrectly. So, oh yeah, I haven't switched the terminal. So in here, okay, let me show you what I've done. So in here, you can see that you have, we have the fix input and fix output method, and we have two console logs, console log input and console log output. And if I run this, you will see that input and output, like the input is correct, and then the output comes out as with not as a string, because that's how it's defined in TypeScript in SQLite, which is dang. Okay, so not fun. And now let's take a look and see if this thing as it's Node SQLite 3 as some level of Bigints support. So let's take a look, and yeah, it seems that there is a bug opened in here. Looks like a deeper issue. Yeah, this is not going. What JS standard we are using? ES6 plus or ES 2015? Whatever node is running. I am using Node 18 and 16 and 18 for this. So that's what we are using. Okay, we are not transpiling. I'm hugely against transpiling code. You should not be transpiling, so do not transpile. Okay, if you're building Node.js, if you transpile, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry to tell you. Yeah, this is what we might need. So okay, going back here, it's is using MariaDB. Okay, so we cannot support this in SQLite due to don't transpile. You can, but yeah, don't transpile. Yeah, do not transpile, folks. Okay, so please do not transpile. Okay, okay, so returning a string has enabled me. Yeah, okay, here we go, and then it's I think it's okay. Like, I don't think there is anything else we can do here more than this. So it goes into skip is SQLite, and then in 5 we skip using SQLite. So skip. So we skip and using SQLite. So is SQLite, and we go Grammarly. Nice. Yeah, I use Grammarly all the time. I'm a big user of Grammarly. If you don't use Grammarly, you will make a lot of mistakes, and I do make a lot of mistakes, and Grammarly makes me way better at writing English. And if you're not a native language speaker, you will benefit from buying a Grammarly subscription. They're not sponsoring me, but if they want to sponsor me with a free subscription, I will very happy mention it every stream. But at this point in time, yeah, nobody's paying me for this stream. Well, a little bit. Platformatic is paying me for giving me some money. So, but this is still myself. So anyway, we have tap only, and then we can run this. Oh no, only is gone. So now let's. A lot of console logs that I need to remove. Console logs. Do you debug using console logs, folks, or do you use other things? So console dir. Oh, what's the difference between console dir and console log? I don't know. Console table. Oh, console table is a fun one. There is actually there was actually a CVE node of for console table. Let's look into it because it's so much more. It's so much more fun. Just dumping into those things. So CVE console.table. We issued a freaking CVE for this for node. Come on. How could you use console table for a vulnerability? But yay, you could broke node with console.table. What the heck? It's yay. Yeah, login first. Yeah, that I know. But dir, what does dir do? I never recollected it. Look, this is it. Like console.table. How can we make this as a problem? Like, how come? Like, literally. Come on. Okay, if you use console table in an old version of Node, we broke you. Okay, print those massive objects. Oh, okay. Go. Haha. Good, folks. Happy to have you all here. So, talking about CVEs and console table, little bit security stint. Okay. So, well, while we were at it, let's go back to our code. So here is actually passing. We cannot really support it on these still console logs that needs to be removed. And we cannot really, and console log, okay? So support it, simple. And here we go. This is not covered. Okay, so here, node test. We cannot really support this in with SQLite, okay, unfortunately, due to some underneath bug. So anyway, if you want to use long integers for ID, don't use UUIDs. It's actually way better, please. So just use UUIDs, okay? Just as a generic rule, use UUIDs. Those are better. But let me try do something slightly different because they Bigints that's true, because the issue we're actually mentioning something different. So Bigints as IDs. Okay, so here we are, instead of using serial, we are putting Bigints primary key, and that's the ID. And then I am just, well, let's do something different. Okay, primary key. Okay, what use for unit tests? I use tap, node tap. Why? Because jest, you should not be using jest. Do you know why you should not be using jest? And it's simple, okay? Is slow? Oh no, it's not slow. Okay, the reason why is this problem. I have a solution for you. So, okay, so let's look into it very quickly. I covered it in my masterclass of Node. So in here, Platformatic, we have a repository with all the example of the masterclass. And in here, you can use jest, okay? No jest, and this is the example. So now I'm going to show you why you should not be using jest. And so the cd node masterclass, cd node jest, and here let's look at test. This is a test, okay? It read the file, and the file does not exist, and we check if the file is of instance of error. Now, Do you think this will pass or not? Do you think this test will pass or not? Well, let's try. Oh, sorry. npx jest test.js. This fails because an error is not of an instance of error. So, you know, it's so bad that an error is not an error. And if an error is not an error, what is an error and how my application even work? So what am I testing? Am I testing that so if 1 equals 1, if 1 does not equal 1, what I'm actually using this thing to test? Makes no sense to use this. Sorry for all of you that are using Jest for testing Node apps. It's working fine for front end, but for Node, don't use this. Okay, it's actually it's not clear what you're going to be testing because an error is not an error. Why is that though? Why? Because we are, if you go in Jest, Facebook Jest, hopefully this is the right one. Yay, Jest Global differs from Node Globals. So this is the problem, you should not be using Jest. So, well, it's Jest that's buggy, okay? So it's been open since 2017. So it's this is the problem of why you should not be using Jest. And yeah, people keep referring this and having problems with it and so on and so forth. So yeah, you should not be using Jest. You can use anything else almost. Everything else does not have this problem minus Jest. So basically just use whatever, not Jest. It's very simple. It's actually very simple. So, okay. Going back to our problem, let's see where we were at. So here, oh, this is passing. Okay, so yeah, I need Bigint as IDs. Okay, so here we were the counter. Okay, we are passing the counter to post, and then we are getting the counter. Okay, and then here I want to run it again just for making sure things actually work as expected. So these test against the real database because this is building a database mapper. Therefore, I'm actually testing against the real database. So otherwise, it won't make any sense. Oh, it's not working. Oh, yeah, sorry. This is okay. So this is not coming through. Okay. And this is actually like that. Yep. It's passing. Okay. Seems correct now. I'm very happy about this. Okay, good. So now I'm going to delete this app and I am going to do npm test on this folder to run all the tests. Now, what this does will run all the tests of SQL OpenAPI against all our supported database in Platformatic. So, and we actually run against the databases, okay? And where are the databases running? Well, are running in Docker, okay? So I have my databases running in Docker, and they're all there. It's not integration tests, it's just my unit tests. Oh, it's not working. Oh, something is broken here. Cool. Interesting. Haha. Now, this is actually interesting. I am very happy. Something changes. No, don't mock the database. Never mock the database. If you mock the database, you are setting yourself up for a lot of pain unless the database is your side of your team boundaries. So if you write the database yourself, test against the freaking database. That is, writing a test against a mock database does not help you, will not help you at all. So just split it up, okay? Write the test against a real database, okay? Never mock the database, never, okay? Unless the database is written by somebody else and then you can touch it, okay? So, Let's rerun this with tap snapshot 1. Here we go. We are regenerating all our snapshots. And let's see if it passed now. First, we run with against Postgres, then we run against MySQL, then MariaDB takes forever, these things. This is tap. This is written on Node tap. So we use tap. It's this tool here. Nodetap.org. Node tap. I'm a fan. Test which take a lot of time this way. Yes, I prefer test that takes a lot of time, but that proves worthwhile and actually test real things. Test, otherwise they're past anyway. Otherwise, tests will, if they can be faster, but if they're not testing any real things, then what are we doing here? Okay, so, okay, this is passing. So SQL, GraphQL, PM test. Let's test these two. I have a daughter, by the way. If you hear screaming, it might be my daughter outside or knocking or anything. So she is playing just outside my room. So it's passing, maybe. Yes, so Platformatic CI also ran database container for test. This is actually a very good question. So let's go back in Chrome and you can take it out here. So so you can check it. Is she written in JavaScript? My daughter, no, she's not written in JavaScript. She's actually like real things. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I didn't code her. It was actually produced by my wife for, you know, good reasons. She's much better at doing things than me. So in here, if you want to check our CI runs, so this is, let's take a look at a CI run of something I wrote. So I don't need to, okay, this is, I wrote this. So this is a CI run. Look at how many combination of things we do. So we run a lot of that. This is like 47 combination of everything. And it does a lot of checks. So you see we test, for example, SQLite on both 16 and 18 node. But then other things, we test Windows, we test all the combination of things. So we verify that everything works correctly, essentially. And GraphQL is passing. I am pretty sure that DB is not passing. So let's try this. I'm pretty sure this will not pass. Pretty sure. I will need to regenerate the snapshots here. Pretty convinced. By the way, thank you, Akpira, for creating the snapshot. And here we go. What do you mean? Isn't running database in container a clear regression generally? For integrity checks, it's okay, guys. I don't understand what you are mentioning. Yeah, you see. Oh, this is me doing. I need to run this using. Yeah, Node 18. Sorry. It's actually npm 8, not npm 9. I need to fix them. We can probably fix them later if this fish works correctly. Yeah. Have you tried Mac on GitHub Actions? Not sure why, but they are way more likely to time out. Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I'm not running. Like, look, I am not running any here. I'm not running tests on Macs for this. Like, I'm not. I'm not. Takes so much more effort to run them, make tests pass them out. This is just linting. And let's see. This is always me. You can see here, I'm just running tests on Windows and Ubuntu. And yeah, hopefully Mac works as expected or something like that. Yeah, it's all configured in GitHub Actions. So if you want to take a look, this is the file. And if you go in .github, you can look at ci.yaml. Okay, this is a massive file. It's 300 lines of code of GitHub Action files. So let's take a look in a second while the test runs in background. So first of all, we ignore some of the stuff. Then we do some concurrency. And we cancel in progress. So if you push multiple times on the same branch, the previous one gets cleaned up and canceled. And then we do not download browsers for Playwright for our front-end integration tests. Then we set up node modules, so it's cached. Look at, we do an PMPM fetch to fetch everything. And we ignore scripts. We don't build things here. Then we, the tests have passed. So apparently things should be good. Okay, let's commit then. And then I'll keep the explanation as this is pushed. And git popd, let's do popd. Okay, popd. Okay, git st, git add, git commit -s okay, -m use string, always use string for Bigints minus SQLite. Okay. And here we are switching. And here it's fixes begin precision loss. So I am fixing this bug 387 on Platformatic. I am unsigned begin precision loss on MariaDB and MySQL. And apparently I have opened a PR that should fix it. Now it's actually running all the CI work. And I was just chatting and showing the CI, what are the CI components. So it's the way that we do CI in Platformatic. It's very interesting setup. So first of all, okay, you can actually see it if we go details and summary. You can actually see it here. They produce these nice, interesting graphs. Let's see if I can zoom in for all of you to see better. Okay, so the first one, we do a setup node modules so that the cache is actually fresh. So we download all the modules so that their modules are not downloaded afterwards. They are all cached and stored here. And this is actually cool because we can just do PMPM fetch. Then in every other step, we install them from that cache. So it's actually super fast. It takes a little bit of time though, because Windows, okay? Ubuntu finishes in 40 seconds, okay? And here is actually pretty nice. And Windows takes forever, okay? For whatever reason, it's slow, unfortunately. Okay, don't make me ask why. I have no clue. Okay, once this is done, then all the bundles, all the runs for everything else is starting, and they're all running parallel on different runners, so that we can actually, they will complete very quickly, really. And each one of those, in fact, is a matrix. So we run in a combination of multiple databases or multiple versions of Node. We do all those comparison checks. Does it make sense? Hopefully so. Yay. So, cool. Where are we on this? Yeah, there was a bug. Like, this is running. Hopefully it will pass or not. We'll see it in a moment. Oh, you see, those two has finished now. and now it's doing all the things it's running all the parallel tasks, and you see that they're spawning and they're being created in parallel, which is a beauty to see, right? I don't know, I love when I just using a lot of compute power for goodness. So so let's so here's this is the PR that we built today, and I've asked my colleague Marco to review it. So we'll see who is going to review them, but we'll see. And then here we go where we are at. So, there was this thing to what I wanted to fix while we are at it. So I'm going to go back in my terminal and nvm use main, git checkout main, and I'm going to fix this because I'm just too bothered by it. Push d packages db nvm use 16. So no, my installation of node 16 use npm 9. npm 9 is not this test not passing. So test click CLI compile and is not passing. The TypeScript support is not working, and the reason is unknown command bin, because apparently npm bin is not there anymore. I don't know why npm broke npm bin, but let's take a look at the reasoning behind this. So let's switch and say npm bin CLI command, okay, legacy release. It's print the folder where npm folders, latest release. So no folder structure using npm bin. Do you know why this npm is there somebody from npm bin from npm that knows why this was removed? And npm v9 release note, because it makes no sense. Okay, so npm bin has been removed. Good. Just like that. Thank you, npm. Really? Okay. So let's look at my test and see if I can switch to use just npx for this thing. So okay, let's take a look. Test CLI compile. Npm bin. It's not here. Where is npm bin? Lib compile. No. Oh, maybe it's in service then. Service. Lib. Compile. Yay! Here it is. Okay. npm local folder is file accessible. Yeah. This is not working as I would expect. Yeah. Let's see. Does npx has some command? Npx -- help. And npm exec. -- help. Really? Okay, so we're relying on this code and it's not going to work. Dang. Okay. So how can we fix this? Do you know if a module? Okay. Find npm. Let's see if we have find binary npx. Npx execute 3 years ago. Okay. Npx import. No. Find module bin. Huh. Okay, let's look at this. This might be a good module or not. Let's see. Let's have a look. Let's review this module. So, what license is this? MIT. How does this work? Index. Useless. Why people put an index file like that? Makes no sense. Okay. This is global paths. And, okay, global paths might be a good module. Dependency hell. Yeah, I have a lot of dependencies. Yes, I have a lot of it. Oh, John. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, this seems a good module, but I think I can just start code most of it. So let's look at node.js.org if Node has some. Let's see, while we are running this. Is my PR passing? Yeah, it didn't pass. Why didn't pass? Who failed? Huh, somebody failed this. Oh, linting. Linting. Huh. Okay, let's switch to the terminal. I need to fix my PR first. Okay, sorry about this. Git status prettier. Yeah, I don't use prettier. Sorry, I don't use prettier. And git checkout fix. Yeah, okay. Pop D, push D, packages, SQL Open API, and PX standard. I use standard -- fix. Okay, so git def. Okay, git add -u. Fix up, push. Okay, here we go. The reason I don't use prettier, it's because a lot of people were at the early days of prettier. So a lot of people use this VS Code extension that automatically prettify all files independently of the configuration of the editor. And the people kept opening up PRs. Again, my repository is full of linting changes, and I was just rejecting them all the time. And I came to not like the tool, essentially. So I'm not using prettier. So now, okay, this I can quit. How can we find the node modules folder on my, let's go back in here. This is actually running now. And how can we find the node modules folder? There is the path, resolve. There is a module from Sindre, if I recall correctly, that does this. So, and find module. I think. Do you remember, folks? Any people, Sindre? No. Resolve. Oh, this is resolve. Okay. Maybe it's in the module. File name. Require resolve. Where is this? Require dot resolve. And Node.js. Here we go. Require dot resolve. Loving it. Okay, the module path to resolve. Great. Okay, so what I can do here instead of doing all of this for get TSC executable path, I could, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So here we go. Okay, let's take a look at our code. And there's definitely a node modules folder here. Not this one. This one will do. Where we should have a TypeScript dependency. And it has bin and it has TSC. Okay. So what I can do is, and okay, so this is TSC TypeScript path require dot resolve TypeScript and path. Can I have path? This is just, let's check on the docs. Options, path. Yeah, is CVD or yeah. Okay, so this is it. So we can do that. Okay, so let's try this. So CVD. Okay, so process CVD. Okay, I think. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, and this is Tonfish path. Without. Okay. Hi, folks from Lithuania. It's great to see you. Okay. So we have TypeScript. Okay. Now we don't need Execa for this. So we have TypeScript, and now we want to have a join. So this is TypeScript path and TypeScript path CWD. Okay, and here we want, it's not like that. We need bin, and we need bin. And here we go. And it should work. And it get TSC executable path. Yes. Okay. Now let's see if this works. And pop D, push D, node. Oh, sorry, pop D, push D, node test CLI compile. Okay, let's see if it passes. Ouch! It doesn't pass. Was not found. Oh, it was not found. Why was not found? Okay, let's print this. And I want, okay, and then console log. Okay. Let's see what it says. Is accessible. Why it returns is returning false. Okay. Let's see. Okay, file path directory false. Yeah, it's good. It's GitHub Copilot. Yeah. Okay, why this is not a directory? Why not a directory path? Sorry. Directory. Okay. If it's not a directory, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. TypeScript. TSC. So this is working. Oh, wait a second. Not a directory. Why this is not resolving correctly to who? Platformatic is supports TypeScript, so you could write add-ons using TypeScript. If I don't use TypeScript, doesn't mean that you don't need to. We might want to use TypeScript too. So it's you could use TypeScript. Okay, so this is should be printing something. Okay, and here, yeah. So here it's printing a weird location. Not a directory. And this works. I don't understand what this is doing. TypeScript path. Okay, let's run this again. Oh. Okay. Oh. TSC lookup is solving it to, okay, for whatever reason. Okay, so I need to do comma, comma, dot, dot, actually, not comma, comma, dot, dot. Dot. Yeah. And no. Oh, wait a second. This is. Yeah, I need to do another dot. Okay. Might be different on Windows. So, and this is a module, so it's look, it's what it is. So it could be weird. Okay, so this is git checkout -b. Okay, let's try push d packages service pm test, and here we go. Yeah, no, it's not. Look, yeah, I need to remove console log. It's a few console logs actually. Okay, and yeah, these should pass. The problem of Copiro 91, the problem of using node modules /.bin, it's because, it's 124 and 25. It's because you don't know where node modules is, okay? In service.mjs, okay, for whatever reason. No, sorry, I might be wrong. It's index.js. Index.js. Okay, this is C8 going bananas. Okay. So why do I prefer Vim over VS Code? I started using Vim 20 years ago, and I never exited. So that was probably the reason. I've never learned more or less any other editor. So at this point, so okay, git checkout. Yeah, that does not work on Windows Copiro. So that's a problem. Windows, we need to support them Windows. So git stash, git checkout main. But this fix I did is actually better. Git checkout -b support npm 9 and git stash apply add support npm 9 push. Here we go, and we create a branch, a PR here. Let's see if the previous PR is passing. Previous PR failed again. Each C8 makes a mess from time to time. So why is this failing now? Why is this failing? Core tests, MySQL 8. I made a mistake. Okay, great. Go back in a terminal. And as you can see, I typically end up working in a few different PRs at the same time because of three. Yeah, this one I think is it. Yeah, okay. And I typically end up working on multiple PRs at the same time while CI is running. So here I just need to do and fix those tests. Okay, popd, pushd packages, SQL JSON schema mapper, and pm test. Here we go. It's passing. Oh, it's not passing on MariaDB. Ooh, woohoo. Okay. This is MariaDB. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you. Here we go, MariaDB. Okay, so here it's not passing in MariaDB. So DB MariaDB test simple. Node test simple dot is failing. Okay, so let's look at the reason why Maria is MariaDB. Okay, let's take a look. Integer string line 63. Sorry, line 63. Okay, let's look at it. Why it's the problem? Okay, integer. Ooh. And why? What's coming in here? Oh, big int. Yeah, that's the reason. It's a big int. Let's look in it. It's a serial, AD serial, and this is an integer. Huh. Yeah, but if it's a primary key, really, yeah, sorry, but makes no sense that this is passing everywhere else. Int 8 is not an integer, it's a string here. That's the reason why this is should not be passing on Postgres 2. This is Postgres. No, Postgres is passing. Why? Because this is an int 4. Okay. While on MariaDB, that is serial is int 8. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So much fun. Difference between databases. So here 63. Okay. So is MariaDB string integer. Okay. Then, to be honest, then we need to fix this other one too. What line is this? Is 105. And this is MariaDB. Okay. Okay, then let's try MySQL too, if this has the same behavior. Yeah, MySQL is. So maybe instead of doing MariaDB, let's try or is MySQL. Or is MySQL. Okay, cool. And PM test. Yeah, line 63. Yeah, must be spaced. Okay. Okay, works as expected. Okay, so let's see push D, pop D, push D, open API. Let's see if this is still passing. Postgres is still passing. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. And I think I know what the problem is. This is because the schemas are different and so on and so forth. But I think the problem here is way worse than this. So here we want this to always be a string. We always want the ID to be a string. And here, what we want is if field primary key, and we want properties field camel case type equals string. We always want the primary key to be a string. That's the actual problem. Yeah, now it's complaining everywhere. Cool. Let's do push D. No, pop D. Push D in. Okay. PM test. And this is passing on all databases. Okay. Seems correct. Pop D. Then push D. SQL. Open API. Okay. PM test. Well, I actually need, let's just do tap snapshot 1. And let's see. Here we are fixed a couple of things. So it seems passing now. Hopefully. Hopefully it's passing. And okay, let's run it again without the snapshot. Okay, first of all, standard. We learn our lessons, so standard. Okay. Then run it without the snapshots and see, with the snapshot regenerated, and see if everything is passing now. Let's see. Here we go. It's running. Ah, come on. It's not passing. As expected. Dang. Okay, what is the test that is failing? Simple test. Okay. So node test simple is passing with Postgres. DB SQLite. It's passing with SQLite. It's not passing with MariaDB. And here it's type string. Yeah, but it's not working as I expect. So console log field. Okay, and here. Okay. Oh, yeah, primary key, true. So Oh, we skip the primary key for creation. Oh, required. Yeah. So if it's a primary key, it's always a string. And so console log. Let's see. Console log res. Okay. Here is where it fails. Yeah. This makes total sense. So tap snapshot 1. This is now passing. And now this is okay. Okay. If I run it with Postgres, it's now failing. Why it's failing? Because I think I know the problem here. The problem is related in here where in the where definitions. Okay. Field generate args, so it's shared. Generate args. SQL type. Okay. Const type. So field primary key string. Yeah, this makes way more sense now. Okay. Still not there. Order by. Still, we need to do the same thing, I think. Field, no. Ignore. It should be good. What is not passing? Schema, okay. Same change needed to be made in somewhere else, I think. Here we get map here. Yeah, this must be always be a string. Primary key params. Field. Yeah, but this is sorry. I think this should just be string. Get primary key params. Yeah. Should always be a string. Yeah. Okay. Console log, it's in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if this passes. And then it's dinner time for me and my daughter. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, now, yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so tap. So this is the order is not working as expected now. Now update menu. Okay, so tap snapshot one node test update menu. Okay. Yep. Huh. Still order by stuff. Okay. Let's do order by. Order by. Okay. Standard. Standard. Okay. And here we go. It's running. Nested. Here we go. It's running. I received a lot of emails where lot of emails while we were talking, like 14 emails. Whoa, lot of emails. Load of emails I received. Cool. Where? Okay. Tap snapshot. We need to rerun it for where. Here we go. Standards. And hopefully this will be okay. This will be okay, hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. No, still not. Nested. I think I fixed nested. Sorry. Wait. I have a feeling that, oh, it is a bug. Okay, and instead of integer is a string parent ID. Okay. I have a feeling I will take way more time to fix this than what I have available right now. So I'll send all of you to a friend of mine, the Primagen, and you probably know him. And you're probably having fun joining him. So I'm going to send you all. All of these will be on YouTube later on. So that will be it. And I'm going to let's do a raid to Prime. So bye bye, folks, and hi Prime. See you soon.